In this chapter, Lost Spring, there are two stories in it. One talks about the life of rag pickers in Simapuri, and the other talks about the life of bangle makers in Firozabad. The first part, Sometimes I Find a Rupee in the Garbage, deals with the story of a rag picker boy of Simapuri.
Why do you do this? I ask Sahib, whom I encounter every morning scrounging for gold in the garbage dumps of my neighborhood. Sahib left his home long ago. Set amidst the green fields of Dhaka, his home is not even a distant memory. There were many storms that swept away their fields and homes, his mother tells him. That's why they left, looking for gold in the big city where he now lives. So the author says that every morning she sees a young rag picker. Rag picker, the one who picks garbage. So rag picker boy who visits the garbage dump near the house and searches for gold in it. Scrounging means searching for. The writer says that he searches for gold ironically because although the garbage dump is full of useless, thrown away things, still he shuffles it so minutely as if he will get something as precious as gold from it. The boy's name is Sahib and he is from Dhaka, Bangladesh. His home in Dhaka was in the middle of lush green fields. They had left it many years ago and he doesn't remember it anymore. His mother had told him that there were many storms which destroyed their homes and fields. So they left home and shifted to the cities in search of gold. The writer again says, looking for gold in the big city. Gold here refers to something precious which was not available in their hometown. Things like shoes, money, bag, etc. for the children and food, clothing, shelter as means of survival for their parents. The boy searches for such precious things in the garbage dumps. So these sources, these things which are the sources of their living and survival are gold for them. One day the writer questions Sahib and asks him the reason for shuffling through the garbage. I have nothing else to do, he mutters, looking away. Mutters means to speak in a low voice. Go to school, I say glibly. Glibly means speaking or spoken in a confident way. So go to school, I say glibly, realizing immediately how hollow the advice must sound. She realizes that her advice is meaningless for the poor boy. So the boy replies, there is no school in my neighborhood. When they build one, I'll go. So that's the reason she realizes that her advice was hollow, meaningless, because in their surrounding, in their neighborhood, there was no school. If I start a school, will you come? I ask, half joking. So the author, half joking in a funny way, she asks, okay, if I start a school, will you come? Will you join? Smiling broadly, he replies, yes. A few days later, I see him running up to me and he asks, is your school ready? I say, it takes longer to build a school. I say, embarrassed at having made a promise that was not meant. The author, when she asks, if I start a school, will you come? She just asked this question in a humorous way. But for this little boy, that was not a joke. For this little boy, that was a hope. So with that hope, he came to the author and asked, has she started the school? Now the author realized that having made a promise that was not meant means having made false promise is something hurting for others. But promises like mine abound in every corner of his bleak world. She had said this as a joke and had never intended to open a school, so she felt ashamed of herself. Sahib was not hurt because he was used to such false promises as they existed in large numbers in his empty world. He was surrounded by such false promises made by everyone around him. His world was empty as no promise made to Sahib was ever fulfilled.